Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us today on the Real Estate Podcast by HomeSmart International. I'm Todd Sumney, the Chief Industry Officer for HomeSmart International, and our goal today is to help you with smart strategies to accelerate your business and to help all of you real estate professionals work with more buyers and more sellers and do more transactions through innovative marketing. Our topic today is going to be about texting and text marketing, and we're going to start with talking about information and facts and stats. Then we're going to break into 5 ways that texting actually works for you, and then we're going to give you tips about how to make texting most effective. So let's start with some stats and some facts for you real quick. 98% of all text messages are read within 15 minutes, and the majority of them are responded to. The reason for that is no matter what you are doing, you could be in a meeting, you could be in a boardroom, you could be in an office environment where you can't talk on the phone, but you can still see a text, oftentimes respond, even if it's just with a simple okay. So what we found is that oftentimes where a customer can't take a phone call, they don't want to take a phone call, they can engage in text, and that's why it's much faster and much more effective. Additionally, consumers prefer texting. They think that texting is safe, and they prefer texting over email. If you were to ask, I work with a lot of top agents, and they tell me if they were to ask 10 customers for their email addresses, 8 out of 10 of them are like, why do you want my email address? Are you going to spam me? If I'm going to ask you to quit emailing me, you're never going to stop. So they have that perception in their mind, but because texting is so preferred and it's safe, they can choose to ignore you and not respond if they don't want to respond back from you. They don't have you live on the phone, so if you ask them a question they don't want to answer, they don't have that awkwardness and they can just ignore it. Or with cell phones anymore, you can block and you can stop someone from even texting you. So that's why the top agents tell me if they ask 10 people for their mobile phone number so that they can text them photos and listing information when new homes hit the market or homes come up for sale. Customers oftentimes are like, yeah, text me photographs. That's my preferred method. Additionally, some of our customers, they prefer to text the whole way through a transaction. I recently had an agent in Chicago. She did a complete transaction with the customer and only spoke to the customer one time, and it was actually because the customer preferred texting versus speaking on the phone. So just keep that in mind and know that texting really works great. One other quick little some stats and information. We had an agent that had 1,000 contacts, and she'd been emailing them for 6 months, sending them newsletters, postcards, phone calls every week, and she got very little engagement from her pool of contacts. We gave her some texting scripts, asked her to text out to her customers, and she got oftentimes immediate engagement or an immediate response off of one text. And so those kinds of results show that marketing and texting marketing is very, very effective. One thing quickly, no mass texts. Customers prefer the text to be one-on-one. One of the best texts that you can do is just to make it personal, not make it about real estate, and basically be like, hey, one of my favorites is hey, it's been a while since we talked. I was just thinking about you. I hope you're doing well. Just wanted to say hi and let you know I was thinking about you. Take care. And the customer will often bring that back to real estate. So no mass texts, make this personal. I'd rather have you do 20 personal texts than do 1,000 mass texts. Let's talk about 5 ways texting works. The first thing you can do is you can actually use texting to promote your listings. You can tell customers, hey, when listings come up on the market, I'm going to text them to you. Or you just get a new listing, you can text that out, hey, just hit the market, just listed, and text that out to customers. It's timely, it's authentic, it's real. Customers prefer those texts. So if you just send them a link to the information where they can click on it, see photographs, see information, it's a great way to promote your listings. Open houses. If you're doing an open house over a weekend, just send out a text to all of the homeowners in an area or to the buyers that you're working with. Hey, I'm doing an open house. Here's the address. Here's a link to photographs. Come by and see me. And it's just a great way of, again, staying in front of your customers and texting, marketing your open houses. Another thing you can do is ask for referrals. A lot of agents are using texting to actually send out to past customers and just ask them to refer them and to expand their sphere of influence, and so they make sure that every week they're doing at least 20 texts asking for a referral. Additionally, lead generation. There's so many things you can do with lead generation. We have something called Texting Thursdays. We've written up scripts for you, and there's something about a Thursday that makes a Thursday more effective. It's right before the weekend, and customers basically, they might not be thinking about real estate. They get a text from you on a Thursday and they're like, yeah, I would like to go look at properties, or do send me listings and I'd like to take a look at them. We found that engagement on Thursdays is a very high, it's the right day to engage with customers. So one of the things that I work with agents to do is to mark on their calendar every Thursday 2 hours, 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, or 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, basically to text their customers. And so we call it Texting Thursdays. You can download the scripts for these in the Marketing Design Center inside of your Real Smart Agent panel. If you're a HomeSmart agent, go download the texting scripts and use these on Thursdays and participate. It's a great lead generation tool. One other quick thing you can do for lead generation is, instead of having listing alerts emailed to your customers, have the email alerts sent to you, and then you in turn open it up in your email on your phone, copy and paste the link, and text that link out to your customers. And then your customers, they respond more often to texts. They can click on the link, see it right there on their mobile phone, and it's just a great way to market your listings is via text, and it's a great lead generation tool. The fifth way that texting works is really to basically communicate with your existing customers. Buyers that you're working with, give them an update every morning. Sellers that you're working with, give them an update every morning. So I know one agent, she sends out about 30-some texts every day because she's working with her listing customers and her buyers. She sends out texts every morning. One thing that I love doing is we've created some stickers at HomeSmart that you can download that are kind of like emojis. They're little graphical little stickers that you can cut and paste and text, and you load them one time on your phone, and when you're texting people, you can text them these little icons and graphic images. Great example of that is like somebody just closed, they're getting the keys to their house. We have this little icon that's like, yay, the keys are on the way, and you can send that text graphic out. It's just a great way to text with your customers. So let's talk real quick about some texting tips. 5 texting tips for you. Number 1 is be brief. Like we're trying to be brief in this podcast for you, is to give you valuable information, but in as few of words as possible. That's the same way you should approach your texting. Be brief, be to the point, and also be personal, and you don't have to say a lot of words to do that. Also, be casual. Make it a casual conversation. Point number 2 basically is, again, make it about the relationship. Don't be a hard sell real estate. Make it about, hey, I was thinking about you. It's been a while since we talked. I saw a post you did on Facebook this morning with your kids. I just remember the other day they were in Little League together. Make it casual. Don't do a hard sell, and don't always make it about real estate. Keep it in good taste. Make sure that you don't get too off color or too hard sell. Again, with what you're sending, make it be fun. But remember, your message is going directly to somebody's phone, so just be careful with what you're keep it in good taste with what you're sending. Provide an action item. Oftentimes one of the things you can do to make texts more effective is to give someone a call to action, or ask them a question that they need to respond to. It's a great way to get them to engage with you. And then lastly, follow up. Texting, following up via text, it can be simple, it can be quick, and that's how, again, you can have regular communication with your customers. So anyway, I hope that today at the Real Estate Podcast, we've shared some ideas with texting and text marketing that can really help you grow your business. I'm Todd Sumney, Chief Industry Officer for HomeSmart, and thank you for joining us today. Let's hear from HomeSmart agent about the success they're having with texting and text marketing.
So when it comes to my leads, what I use is basically texting. With texting, I get about a 70% response rate on initial contact. And a lot of it is just short, simple text, probably no more than 2 sentences. For instance, you're just recently on our website. Do you have a moment to get on a quick phone call? And usually about 70% of the time, I get a response with that. Hey, call me in 10 minutes, call me at 5 p.m., something along those lines. Then I just do the follow-up from there. That's one of the best ways that I've found to get response rates back from initial contact.